Hey guys, Luigi Mario 1991 here with my special guest,
Hey guys, I am Matt from MattsLPAdventures.
and this is our second time recording this. We had a bit of a problem with my laptop shutting down on me right in the middle of our recording.
That's fine.
Thankfully, the game did not save, so we can go right back to starting over, which I don't know if I should be happy about that or not,
You,
but
sir, are a beginner LPer. You haven't truly experienced the pain of failed recording sessions yet.
well, I've had my share of them. That's why a lot of LPs on my part have got canceled because they actually did save and caused me to lose my place. And it was at like a far point in the game, and I was not willing to start over
Oh,
for
I've
quite.
done that plenty of times. You know, my Metroid Fusion, my Metroid Zero Mission LPs, had to
Yeah.
start them over at one point, at, at one point, so I just had to catch up on where I was at.
Wow.
Didn't bother me as much though. Like I said, that stuff doesn't really bother me very much. I think that's why I'm good at LP. I guess I don't know, unless it was like I don't know, Golden Sun for instance. If I ever do what I did again, I'm
Anyways, I should probably, since this, I mean, we've already gone over this when we did our first recording, but I should probably go over it anyways. This is, Blackwater City. This level has two routes. We're on the first one, which is the longest one, and it's not that bad, I guess, but it can be tedious at times, especially with the fact that you can't strafe in this game. Enemies can catch you off guard, but other than that, it's really not that bad, and it's probably one of the more memorable places in Ratchet and Clank for me.
for you at least.
Yeah, for me, because it returned in Ratchet and Clank 3, and I remember it, and they kept the soundtrack the same, and I was like, oh, I remember that.
Okay.
Back in 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years later than this one. I think they released a Ratchet and Clank like every year, so for a while. But you said that you've only played Going Commando. You said.
Yeah, out of the whole entire Ratchet and Clank series, I've only played Ratchet and Clank Going Commando, and I've only played half the game. So yeah,
I've
I don't
played
know very
every.
much about this series, unfortunately.
I've played every single one, and I own every single one of them. And I can honestly say I've hardly actually. I've probably never been disappointed with the franchise except for Deadlocked, Ratchet Deadlocked. That was a horrible, horrible experience for me. And it was just not very fun.
Okay.
I strongly recommend that if you think about playing any Ratchet and Clank games, the only one I would ever recommend you stay away from would just be Deadlock, because it's the most different, and it's like one of those games that went through a change that like the change is just something you're kind of used to because it's kind of similar to other Ratchet and Clank games, but in a bad way. They kind of screwed it up. For starters, Clank isn't with you in the entire game.
What does Clank do in the game?
Clank serves as your, basically, in this game at first, he's pretty much useless until you get, like, the helipack, and then you get the thruster pack, the aqua pack. You get all kinds of things for him, but, Clank has always served as Ratchet's sidekick, best friend thing, but in this game, they kind of bump heads, because this is the game where they first meet, and Ratchet, as I mentioned in a few parts ago, but I should probably explain this for you, Matt, because you haven't, played any other Ratchet and Clank game. In this game, Ratchet, this is the only Ratchet and Clank game to have a different voice actor for Ratchet, because he went through a change in Ratchet and Clank 2. This Ratchet in this game isn't very serious about saving the world, seeing as it's new to him and all. He becomes more serious in the later games, but, oh wait, we got this guy again. But we can talk during the cutscenes anyways. What I was saying, Ratchet in this game is kind of a jerk to people at times. He's kind of annoying at times. Clank, he's kind of the quiet one, but he's like the more polite one, and he doesn't like a lot of Ratchet. He doesn't support a lot of Ratchet's choices, and it's actually on the next planet that things take a turn for the worse, and they start to fight for a while, but eventually they're gonna make up and be friends again, and Ratchet's gonna finally snap some sense into his brain and actually become serious about saving the world. I should probably explain the plot to this game for you. The plot is that there's this guy, his name is Drek, and he's trying to take pieces from each planet and put them together to build a giant planet but he's taking every planet that he steals a piece from, and he's destroying the planet. He's apparently been doing this for so long. Ultimately, this doesn't get too serious for Ratchet until he finds out that Ratchet's planet is the last planet he's going to attack, and then that's where the last battle takes place, on the planet that you started the game on, Ratchet's home, and it goes through a huge
are you
change.
sure you should be saying that?
I should, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people know about this game by now. I mean, it's even if it is, I don't like to spoil a lot of times, but that's mostly with games that are kind of new. This game has been out for so long that I'm sure a lot of people don't, like, I'll put a little spoiler caption right before I start the conversation, don't worry. I'll put a little spoiler caption in so they won't have to hear it.
Alright, I was just warning you, because, like, you never know. Maybe some people that watch your videos haven't ever heard of this game before.
The sad part is, whenever I was doing this a few parts ago, I was actually trying to keep the I was trying not to spoil too much, but it kind of felt weird not talking about the actual stuff for me, and now I just kind of forgot, and then I just started talking to you, because I forgot we're recording live.
That's fine, don't worry about it. Just, viewers at home, plug your ears. Jacob's talking stuff that he shouldn't be
spoiling. I'm sorry.
It's fine. Just, no, it's fine. Like, when I do an LP, I just pretend that my viewers have never seen the game before. Unless it's Mega Man X, then I'm kind of in the same boat they are.
I've actually attempted a blind LP of Bomberman Generations on the GameCube, and it just spoiled out of control. I had never played a Bomberman game. I had no clue what I was getting myself into, and honestly, I couldn't make it past the first level, and so I didn't know what to do, so I decided I'm not going to do this right now. I'm going to wait until I'm more experienced with Bomberman, and then maybe I'll get to this a little later. But, I mean, I wanted to try it out because I saw a review from CJ001. I'll provide a link in the description to his channel as well as Matt's, because of course I'm going to do that anytime I have somebody on my LPs with me. He reviewed it and gave it some pretty good score, and I was thinking, looks like a fun game, maybe I'll go and buy it. And I mean, I got it for a good deal. I got it for like $8 at GameStop. It was worth it, and I thought, why not LP it? Unfortunately, that didn't work so good. I've actually never played Bomberman. I just thought I'd try it. It looked kind of fun. Aim, Ratchet, aim! Shoot at the tank. I'm just gonna bomb it. You know, these things used to give me such a hard time a long time ago, and I can easily blow them up with the bomb glove. Ironic, the first weapon in the game that I hardly even use.
Yeah. Bomb glove, what does that do?
It just shoots bombs. You can hold up to 40 of them. You can just shoot them out of your hands. The reason I don't like it is because it's really not a gun, so it's kind of, it's just one of those little weapons you aim with the little white circle, and then you just continue from there. We'll come up to the race in just a second, but I want to push this button so we can open up the gate, because we're gonna be backtracking a little bit. As you can see, we got this section here, but the button's on the other side. That's the actual second route, so the routes are gonna connect to each other. Grab some more bolts real quickly. Gotta have a lot of those in this game. Spent so many on a bunch of gadgets and infobots. Since you probably don't know what those are, Matt. You know, in Ratchet and Clank 2, all those screens you would find that would tell you about the planet that you're going to visit. The infobots basically work the same. The infobots show a video of the planet you're going to.
Okay.
And this is I'm not showing the Easter egg again. But I'm just gonna say this to people who want to know about it. Crouch and constantly flip left and right, left and right, left and right around here. Make like a figure 8 kinda. You'll know what it means. But this is where we get to take the first chance to use our hoverboard that Skid McMarks gave us, and we're gonna do a hoverboard race.
Hoverboard racing, did you?
Chaos Control. in order to get something that we kind of need. It's kind of optional, but you're gonna want you're gonna want the object because it's the object that upgrades your board. And then once you get that object, you're gonna be able to humiliate these guys with it. Crap. You have to be perfect on this, and that's the problem. It's cheap, but once you get the power up, you can fly circles around these guys.
Fly circles.
You beat me once before, but now with this, you shall know revenge. Okay, I'm gonna take that too far if I keep that up. I've done that millions of times before. It starts with the evil laugh, and then it spirals out of control with world domination. My friends used to say I had a very, very, very weird laugh because I could turn a regular laugh into an evil laugh, and it would scare them so bad. And I loved doing it because I would wait until they'd start to get me to laugh, and I'd be like, okay, now's the time to pull out the evil laugh and scare them. And then they'd just look at me and be like, Jacob, don't do that. It's not nice. I'm not a nice person. I really am, though. I'm a really nice person. I've always been told especially in elementary school. Oh, I'm in first place. Okay, let's not screw up now. In elementary school, I was considered like one of the nicest kids you could ever know. But then, like in middle school, I kind of got all quiet and because in school things became a little more dull compared to elementary school. Friends left, friends changed for the worse, and it just makes you change. And then,
Oh, trust me.
but now that high school's here, it's kind of a mix of both. I have my really good days, and then I have my days, and I'm just like, why am I here?
Trust me. It gets worse in college, dude.
Oh, thank God we're here. I was actually looking forward to college because me and my best friend are gonna like we're actually aiming for the same job in the future, and we're actually wanting to go to the same college, and we had this really good plan for our future. So I didn't think college would suck too bad. I have a question though. In college, are there bullies?
No. Not really, because everybody's an adult and everybody should act, you know.
I know, it's just that on TV they kind of give you that wrong idea.
Don't listen to TV. I don't think there's bullies in high school. Well, I know there's bullies in high school, but I know that there's not bullies in...
Alright, we got it. We got the freaking Platinum Zoomerator, and now we have a godly board. And now we can take the second round and get this planet over with. I never want to come back here again. Except for the bonus part with this girl. Okay, this route isn't going to be too hard. It's just the fact that you can only stay underwater for so long. And this is when Ratchet didn't have either the O2 mask or the Hydro Pack. He gets them in this game, but you don't get them until a later point. So this is like, alright, let's see how fast you can get through this before you die. Okay, go. What? I have to breathe I can't breathe underwater? This isn't fair! And I died on that. Like, whoa, no, the piranha's gonna get me! Wait, where's the piranha? It didn't get me. That was weird. Usually it comes and gets me. Alright. I hate these games. Alright, here we go. This is probably my favorite design for Ratchet for some reason. I just kind of liked the original one before he got all the armor.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay, we finally get to use the Hydro Displacer, which allows you to take water out of areas so you can get into them and climb, and then you can fill up areas you can't get to in higher places so you can swim. It's kind of a useless object that you very rarely use, but we got it and we're using it. For like, if I remember correctly, we only use it 3 times in the entire game, so it makes it kind of useless. And let me try to remember the pattern. There's a hole down there, if I remember correctly, and we swim down the rope. We gotta break a few things. Yep, we gotta break the gates.
Break the gates.
And Ratchet controls terribly underwater, so we have to be incredibly quick. The only problem I ever had was the last room, which is where the water starts to rise on you, and you have to be very quick. It doesn't help that the music makes things all tense, and you're just like, oh crap, 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 and then you just gotta like hope you get lucky. I died on that as a kid so many times, but this is gonna be my test to see if I've mastered it over the years. But these underwater sections aren't too bad. I mean, it doesn't help that Ratchet stops and then pedals a few times. It's just, why would you stop? I would think you would just keep constantly moving your arms, but
Yeah.
Ratchet's weak, I guess. Thank goodness for the hydro pack and the O2 mask. Okay, I think this is it. Yep, I'm fairly certain this is the route. This is the, oh yes, this is the rising water one. Oh my god. If I don't make it through this, tell my mom. I love her. Ratchet, I don't even think you have, wait, I don't even think he has a mom. I know he had a dad, but they like never mentioned a mom. Strangely. That's the ironic part, is most video games, they don't actually mention a mom usually. They mention a dad. They never talk about a mom, ironically.
Yeah, Star Fox 64.
Yeah, we never got to figure out who Fox's mom was, but we always knew about James McCloud, who ironically, there's a character that looks a lot like him and has a ship that looks an awful lot like an R-Wing in an F-Zero game. And his name is James McCloud. Wait, are we done? No, wait, no, I think we got, yep, this is the room that always started to get me because the water was near an end, and this is where you want to get as much air as you can before you start diving. Very frustrating. But I just make it through here, and then we're done. Come on, Ratchet, don't you die on me. Yes! Okay. First try. Thank God. I guess it was just a lot harder as a kid because as a kid, yeah.
Games were harder when we were younger.
Yes, they were. And it doesn't help that underwater levels have to be some of the worst designs in video games. Okay, so this is it. If I remember correctly, in order to see Captain Quark, we have to pay money, of course. But here's the button I was talking about with the gate previously. That lets you backtrack to this area. So there's the hoverboard girl. Anyways, so you talk to him, and he doesn't want you to see Captain Quark, but you have to pay him, unfortunately.
You see, my friend and I need to speak to the captain about
One thing that was always kind of weird to me is that in the entire game, Ratchet's ears are always down, but in every other game, his ears usually always stay up unless he's dying or he's sad. I've always found it weird that his ears are down in this game, and they always flop around. Haven't seen that much flopping on somebody's head since I played Sonic Adventure 2.
You've got it all wrong.
Gotta admit, everybody's head, Rouge's ears, and Sonic and Shadow's quills, they all just constantly bounce. It was weird.
Yeah, it's physics for you. The early graphic
beat a
physics.
level. Ah, 4,000 volts. Come on, dude, I got a
You
family.
see how it works. You grease the hinges, the door opens.
Well, we're about to meet the so-called hero, Captain Quark, for the very first time.
What's that? It's Ratchet and Clank.
Do you know about him?
You know,
Did you ever beat Going Commando?
Yes, I know who you are.
You
Oh,
do?
well, then you probably don't know him.
The galaxy you
But,
found me.
Huh?
He's a hero. He's a very confusing hero throughout the first 3 games. He's kind of one of those mixed heroes. He's a hero and he's sort of a villain in some ways.
He's
and
an
then
anti-hero.
And I believe that together
basically, he's considered a hero, but in this game, he will become a traitor to you, and he'll be a villain in 2, and then 3, he'll be your partner. And then from then on, Captain Quark has always been a hero, a very stupid hero compared to Ratchet and Clank that always likes to take the credit for everything they do, but you know,
Oh, absolutely.
that's Captain Quark for you,
Yeah,
a
that's
bumbling idiot.
bumbling it.
That's the info. That's one of the infobots I was telling you about.
What makes
that
one
he
man
just held.
toil in obscurity while another becomes
Okay.
a hero? Is it strength, compassion,
support.
determination,
They
or
de-
just
what-
pure
what?
blind luck?
Too much going
Wise
on.
Men through the ages have struggled with that very question. But
He's
Captain
thinking.
Quark knows
That's
the
really
secret.
hard for him.
That's why
It takes some
he's
time.
able to defeat more
And I've always
justice,
found it weird that
rescue
he has
more
3
damsels
fingers
in
on each
distress,
hand.
and save
And
more
that was the hoverboard
civilizations
girl.
than any other hero in the galaxy.
Really,
Now is
Cork,
your
why do you have 3
opportunity to
fingers
see
on
if
each
you know the
hand?
stuff heroes are made
3
of.
fingers.
You an
This
alien.
contains
You an
coordinates
alien.
to Quark's
Yes,
secret
he is.
base. Can you quickly conquer Quark's killer cannonade of
I
confounded
don't know.
complexion?
He's an animal
Can
slash
you
alien
quickly
thing.
That
Can
said
you quickly
mom.
quick? Oh,
Said M-O-M
just make your
mom.
way through the defenses to the center of the base.
I wish I could do that. I wish I could just
Learn the
jump over
secret
sharks
and
like
earn
that,
your
run away
place
from
in
Robot Dog and all that
galactic
crap.
history. Consult your
I should
doctor before
Photoshop my
attempting
picture
any
into
strenuous
that.
exercise. Not responsible for death or dismemberment. Your results may vary.
Now, if only I knew how to use Photoshop.
Oh, you know how to use Photoshop.
Where do you get the mic?
Hey,
Where do I get?
Captain Ratchet.
Who
what do
got
you
the
think?
mic?
We won't fail.
I can't see
He was
it.
holding a mic.
Oh.
Well, that's actually it for Blackwater City. All we have to do now is go back to our ship. This is a fairly short level if you know what you're doing, but again, it's one of those very tedious short levels. Looking at you, Block Station. But you said you had to get ready, so we have to wrap up, don't we?
Yeah, I'm actually getting dressed for right now. I'm watching a screen and getting dressed at the same time.
Well, in the next part, which will probably be tomorrow, maybe.
Maybe if I have time. I have another meeting tomorrow, but I don't know.
So in the next part, we'll head to whatever the place is called that's Captain Quark's training ground. Matt, it's been a pleasure you being on this video.
Oh, it's been a pleasure
hopefully
having
you'll be
me.
more.
I learned a little
I'm
bit of
Luigi
something
Mark.
about Ratchet and Clank this video, so yay.
Maybe hopefully it gets you interested in the series a little more.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm Luigi Marnet 21,
And I'm Matt from MattsLPAdventures.
and I'll see you in the next part.
See ya.